Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's nightly news. On to the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, receives on Tuesday a high-level delegation from the American Energy Corporation, Chevron. Meanwhile, the Algiers International Fair continues to shine as a real platform to explore partnership opportunities across various sectors. At the 4th Arab Forum on Equality, Algeria presents its comprehensive approach to reducing social inequality and supporting the most vulnerable segments of society. And after completing rigorous professional and academic training, new cohort have graduated from the Military Polytechnical School of Burj Al Bahri and the Higher Military School of Information and Communication in Sidi Fraj. Welcome back. We begin with tonight's main story, where the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received on Tuesday a delegation from the American corporation Chevron. This took place in the presence of the Principal Private Secretary to the Presidency of the Republic, Boualem Boualem, the Minister of State, Minister of Energy, Mines and Renewable Energies, Mohamed Alqab, and the CEO of Sonatrach, Rashid Hashishi. Let's have a listen to the Vice President of Business Development at the American Corporation, Chevron, Joe Cook.
Thank you very much. It was an honor to be received by His Excellency, the President, meeting with the Minister of Energy and the CEO of Sonatrach. We were encouraged by the dialogue that is aligned with our heads of agreement to negotiate entering Alnet and Berkine. We appreciate the progress and we're looking forward to the continued discussions. Thank you very much.
The 56th edition of the Algiers International Fair is ongoing, promoting investment opportunities and partnerships in promising strategic sectors on which Algeria is betting to achieve the desired economic takeoff. Najah Tayyar kicks us off tonight.
Driven by new economic strategies, Algeria is witnessing a revival of its national institutions and the strengthening of international partnerships. The Algiers International Fair, personally attended by the President of the Republic, reflects this momentum, showcasing reforms through productive investment and strategic follow-up. And this year, with the Sultanate of Oman as guest of honor, represented by over 50 companies active in vital sectors, highlighting the impact of Algeria's growing economic diplomacy. In a strong gesture of support for the national investment, the President of the Republic held a direct meeting with the Algerian investors, and during the exchange he issued swift instructions aimed at addressing pending issues and accelerating the progress of high potential projects. With a growing ability to meet the national demand, the Algerian products across a range of sectors have achieved notable advances, positioning themselves for entry into the global markets.
Déjà, ce que nous voyons du point de vue qualité, barakallahu fikum, ou l'ammal ou les concepteurs. Mais maintenant, on n'expose plus. Maintenant, on satisfait les besoins d'un pays. Si on arrive à cette intégration, l'asperceur algérien, le tracteur algérien, la moissonneuse algérienne, la pompe algérienne, l'électricité algérienne, post-transfo, etc. Toute la chaîne de valeur. Exactement. Oui. Et on fait des économies d'échelle extraordinaires. On est très compétitif parce qu'il y a une intégration.
As Algeria records positive performance indicators across its national institutions, this economic gathering takes place amid rising interest from international market players.
Tasked by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, the Premier Nadir Al-Arbawi oversaw the Conferences Center, Abdellatif Rahal, the opening of the proceedings of the 4th Arab Forum on Equality, held in partnership with the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, in the presence of several ministers and state officials. The Prime Minister presented on the occasion Algeria's comprehensive approach to eliminate social differences and support vulnerable groups. And here's the Prime Minister Nadir Al-Arbawi.
لقد باشرت بلادي الجزائر
Over the past few years, my country has embarked on a series of comprehensive reforms at all levels under the leadership of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, who has renewed his deep-rooted commitment to consecrating the social character of the state as a fixed and established principle that Algeria has maintained since its independence and has continuously worked to adapt its contents and mechanisms to current and transitional requirements in accordance with domestic and international requirements and developments.
To another activity of the Premier Nadir Al-Arbawi, who received at the government's palace the President of the Portuguese Constitutional Court, José João Apranche, who is on a working visit to Algeria. Both sides expressed their relief over the exceptional level of relations between both friendly countries and reiterated the strong common will to move forward in promoting cooperation and partnership in accordance with the outcomes of the state visit of the President of the Republic to Portugal past May. On the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Algeria and Portugal, as well as the 20th anniversary of the Good Neighbourliness Charter, the President of the Portuguese Constitutional Court was also received by the acting President of the Constitutional Court, Lila Aslawi. The meeting that took place in the presence of members of the courts and its executives was an occasion to explore means and ways to reinforce institutional cooperation links in order to consolidate cooperation and exchange of expertise, as well as anchoring the judicial and constitutional dialogue between both institutions. From New York, Algeria's permanent representative to the UN, Ammar bin Jama', reaffirmed that the latest events in the Middle East and the dangerous escalation between Iran and the Zionist entity reflects the fragility of the security system and the importance of applying the Treaty of the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons and making the Middle East mass destruction weapons free.
Needless to stress that this meeting comes at a critical juncture. We meet with cautious optimism, but real relief following the announcement of ceasefire between Iran and Israel, brokered by the United States and Qatar. We welcome this important diplomatic achievement, which puts an end to 12 days of dangerous escalation and provides much needed space for the escalation, dialogue and diplomacy. This latest episode has starkly demonstrated the fragility of our collective security and the serious risks associated with the targeting of nuclear facilities, particularly those under IAEA safeguards. The events of the past days have only reinforced the urgent need to uphold the principles of the nuclear non-proliferation regime and to refrain from any actions that could further undermine its integrity. Madam President, while this ceasefire represents really a positive development, it also serves as a reminder of the critical importance of respecting international legal norms, including those enshrined in the IAEA safeguard system. These safeguards are central to ensuring that nuclear energy is used exclusively for peaceful purposes. In this regard, we reiterate the importance of the full and balanced implementation of the JCPOA by all parties. Should I add, including its provisions related to the lifting of sanctions. It remains a key component and offers a practical framework for addressing concerns related to Iran's nuclear program through dialogue, transparency, and verification. As the Secretary General of the United Nations stated in his report, diplomacy remains the best and only way to address concerns regarding Iran's nuclear program and regional security issues.
In the daily window on the situation in the Middle East, a ceasefire appears to have taken hold between Iran and the Zionist entity, as announced earlier by the American President Donald Trump. The Iranian president has declared the end of the 12-day war. Many world leaders welcomed the news, with the German Chancellor stating that the ceasefire will make the Middle East and the world safer. In Gaza, the Zionist entity has killed at least 86 Gazans on Tuesday, including 56 near 8 distribution centers. The UN spokesperson stated in a media briefing that the killing of 8 seekers reflects horrors of what is going on in Gaza. The overall death toll has now reached 56,077 martyrs and over 131,000 wounded. On Tuesday, Major General Ali Sidan, commander of the 1st Military Region, supervised the graduation ceremony of the batches of the Military Polytechnical School in Burj al-Bahri, which included the 52nd batch of engineering officers, the 10th batch of officers completing their master's degree, the 19th batch of doctoral training in the classical system, and the 6th batch of doctoral training in bachelor's, master's, doctorate system. Rania al-Bahri.
أقسم بالله العلي العظيم أن أكون الخادم الوفي لبلدي والمخلد خالد الشهداء إلى الأمجاد.
نطلب من سيادتكم الموافقة على تسمية دفعتنا باسم مجاهد بشار
The graduation ceremony of the martyr Abdurrahman Talib Multi-Technical Military School began with an inspection of the military formations by the Major General Commander of the 1st Military Region, Ali Sidan. The school's commander, Major General Srir Omar, then gave a speech where he talked about the main parts of the scientific and military training the graduates received. He said the training was given by highly qualified instructors. He encouraged the graduates to live up to the trust placed in them and to reach the goals set for them. He also reminded them to always stay true to the promise made by our ancestors, who showed great skills and loyalty to the military institutions. After the graduating classes took the oath, ranks were awarded and certificates were presented to the top achievers. This was followed by a handover of the flag between the graduating class and the next class. The Major General then gave his approval to name the graduating classes after the martyred hero Bouhmidi Mahmoud. The graduation ceremony included military parades that demonstrated the meticulous organization, precise coordination and complete harmony between the trainees and the school students. The ceremony also featured a display of the most important final year projects completed by the graduating engineers. The graduation ceremony concluded with a tribute to the family of the martyr Bouhmidi Mahmoud and the signing of the school's Golden Book.
And at the Military Higher School of Information and Communication, the Major General, Director of Information and Communication of the People's National Army Staff, supervised the graduation ceremony of the classes of the academic year 2024-2025. نجح طيار.
At one of Algeria's leading institutions for advanced professional military training, a new generation stands ready, their determination firm and their voice as sharp as the sword, marking the graduation of a new class from the Higher Military School of Information and Communication. The graduation ceremony, overseen by Major General Mabrouk Sabah, Director of Information and Communication at the General Staff of the People's National Army, began with the inspection of the graduating formations. 7 classes completed training in the fields of communication, military media, institutional communication, and audiovisual technologies. In his speech, the school commander emphasized the importance of keeping pace with the rapid developments transforming the field of information and communication. He reminded the graduates that graduation was not the end of their journey, but rather a transition from the collective responsibility of academic life to the individual responsibility of serving in the field. He also highlighted that true merit would be demonstrated through action and that values and skills would be tested in real-life situations. The commander also stressed the need for strong commitment, professional integrity, and consistent, honest behavior in their future duties. Following this speech, the oath was taken by the graduates. This was followed by the awarding of diplomas to top-performing students and the presentation of ranks. As per military tradition, the graduating class handed over the flag to the next class. The Major General Mabrouk Sabah then approved the naming of this class after the late martyr Abdelkader Abdeliwi. A highlight of the ceremony was the military parade performed by the graduating formations, marked by complete coordination and professionalism. And on the sidelines of the event, a rich program included an exhibition retracing the life of the late veteran whose name the class carries, as well as scientific workshops and displays of final projects and the applied research in audiovisual communication, all demonstrating the strategic importance of media and communication in modern defense. The ceremony concluded with a tribute to the family of the late veteran, followed by the signing of the school's Golden Book.
منكم الموافقة على تسليم دفعتنا باسم مجاهد مارشال
And with that, we end tonight's bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Good night.